Welcome to Yin with Megan. Get down to the earth and join me for this Yin Yoga sequence. Today we are going to begin in an easy seated position. We're finding our sitting bones, sitting up tall. Gently begin to close your eyes and begin taking a deep breath in, deep into the belly. Begin to imagine there's roots coming out of your bottom into the earth, grounding you down. As you take a breath in, I want you to breathe in through the roots, breathing in through the base of the spine. And allow your breath to travel all the way up to the crown of the head. As you exhale, begin to release the shoulders from the ears, allowing the chest to drop heavy. Allow your breath to take up more space. Allow your breath to be a little louder than normal. A slow breath in from the base of the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. Breathing into the space of the vertebrae, creating length. And exhale, melting away the tension. Keeping your focus on your breath. We begin to gently open the eyes. We're going to roll ourselves forward onto our hands, coming up onto the knees, finding a tabletop position. And begin to walk the hands out, dropping the heart down to the earth. We're keeping our knees under our hips. As you begin to drop the chest down, begin taking a deep breath in from the spine, breathing it in all the way up to the crown of the head. Allow yourself a moment to adjust, to find where this pose feels good for you. Begin to notice any sensations that you feel. Begin to notice any clenching, any pulling. As you begin to take a breath in, begin to send your breath to the sensations that you feel. As you exhale, allow the tension to begin to melt into the mat, allowing your heart to sink closer, connecting to the earth. Continue to follow the breath for the next few minutes while we stay in this pose, breathing into the sensations. And as you exhale, releasing, letting go. We're going to begin to take one last deep inhale, breathing in from the base all the way up to the spine. And exhale, sinking in a little deeper. Let it go. And begin to slowly lift ourselves back up to all fours. Taking our time. When we find all fours, we're bringing our hands under our shoulders, bringing the knees under the hips. We're going to drop the belly, lift the head, slow breath in. And exhale as we begin to lift the belly, tuck the chin. Slow inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the head. Slow exhale, lifting the belly, tucking the chin. One more time. Slow inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the head. And slow exhale, lifting the belly, tucking the chin. Begin to come back to a neutral spine. We're going to tuck the toes up into a high plank and slowly lowering down to the mat. Keeping the hands under our shoulders. We're going to begin to gently lift the chest up, lifting the head, trying to keep the spine of the neck parallel throughout. So keeping it straight. We're not trying to lift our head up too high. Just allow your head to gaze over your nose. And begin to take a deep breath in. Breathing into the belly, breathing into the space of the hips, lower back. And a slow exhale, releasing the tension. And slow inhale, breathing into the space of the spine. Breathing all the way up to the crown of the head. Slow exhale, relaxing the shoulders from your ears. Take a moment here, following the breath to the sensations. And through each exhale, releasing and letting go. Begin to take one last deep inhale, in through the spine. We're going to exhale, begin to come down to the floor, dropping the head to the earth. Begin to take a breath in. At this time, I want to remind you the importance of transitions. Through Yin, transitions are just as important as the destination of the pose. We're reminded this with life, that the journey is just as important as the destination. So as we take a moment here, I want you to breathe deep into the spine, relaxing the tension. We're going to begin to bring the elbows under the shoulders, bringing the hands forward. Begin to lift the chest, lifting the head, not straining our neck, but just gazing forward. Taking a moment, allow yourself to adjust where you need to. Begin to noticing sensations. As you settle in, begin to gently close the eyes. Begin taking a breath in, breathing into the belly, down into the hips. As you exhale, releasing the hips, pushing them down into the earth. Deep breath in through the spine, creating length, breathing into the space you create. Slow exhale, release, letting go. Yin is an inward practice, not an outward. Through Yin, I encourage you not to look like me or anyone else when you do these poses. I encourage you to close your eyes and listen to what your body needs from you. And if this pose is not what you need, allow yourself to go where you need to. We're going to take a moment here, following the breath. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. And take one last deep inhale. Breathing deep into the belly. We're going to exhale, begin to come back down to the mat, dropping the head. Taking a moment in transition. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale, relaxing the spine, relaxing the hips. We're going to begin to bring the hands back under the shoulders. This one's a little more intense, so if you feel any type of pain at any time, allow yourself to come back down to wherever your body leads you. If you want to come down to Sphinx, little baby cobra, or all the way down, allow yourself to do that. We're going to lift up into seal. We're going to take a deep breath in, lifting all the way up. And slow exhale, relaxing the hips. Take a moment at this time. Allow yourself to adjust what your body's telling you to. Allow yourself to adjust. Walk your hands out. Allow yourself to find where this pose feels good for you. Begin taking a deep breath in. Breathing into the space of the belly. Exhale, relaxing the spine. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Noticing any sensations. Noticing any emotions. I believe emotions are energy in motion. And when we have trapped energy, trapped emotions inside, they cause dis-ease in the body. They cause stress, tension. And now we focus on breathing into the space, using your breath energy to release the stagnant energy. Slow breath in. Exhale, begin to unclench the glutes, unclench the hips, relaxing the back. Focusing on the breath. Adjust when you need to. Give yourself permission to do what feels good for you inside your body. Take one more deep inhale. And slowly begin to lower down to the mat, dropping the head. And as you breathe in, breathing into the belly, through the spine, and exhale, relax. We're going to begin to bend the knees, bringing the feet to the glutes. If this feels good, stay right here. If you want more sensation, begin to reach the hands back for the feet. Grabbing the ankles. And take a breath in. Slow breath out. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. You may stay right here if this is what feels good for you, but we are now going to move into a twist. I want you to drop the left foot down. Extend the left arm straight out. Keeping the right foot bent. We're going to reach it behind us, dropping the right foot over to the left side of the floor. Bring the right hand back down. Allow yourself time to adjust. I like to use my left arm as a pillow. Begin to find your pose. Settling in, take a deep breath in. A slow breath out. Deep breath in to the sensations that you feel. Slow breath out, releasing the tension, releasing the clenching. Continue to follow your breath. And take one more breath in. And slowly returning back onto our tummies. Bringing both hips down to the mat. This time we're going to extend the right arm out. Dropping the right ear to the right arm. Bring the left hand under our shoulder. We begin to push. Bending at the left knee, dropping the left foot over to the right side of the mat. Taking a breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Noticing any clenching. Noticing any pulling. Noticing any sensations of the joints. As you begin to breathe in, sending your breath to the sensations. Breathing in space. And exhale, relaxing, letting it go. Continue to follow your breath for the next minute. Take one more deep inhale. And slowly returning back to center. Bring the hands back under our shoulders. We're going to lift up onto our knees. Bring the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. Taking a moment, taking your time. And begin to bring the right hip to the right shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly returning to center. Slow inhale, left shoulder to left hip. Slow exhale, returning to center. Slow inhale, right shoulder to right hip. Slow exhale, returning to center. Left shoulder to left hip. Slow inhale. And slow exhale, returning to center. We're going to begin to bring the legs out in front of us. Begin to bring the legs out wide. However wide that feels good for you. finding our sitting bones, sitting up tall. Take a breath in. Breathing all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders and bringing the hands forward, dropping the hands down. Begin to take a breath in, lifting the chin. And begin a slow exhale, rolling to the left side. Begin to tuck the chin in. Begin to slowly inhale, rolling to the right. And lifting the chin up. We're going to begin to exhale, dropping the head down to the right. Tucking the chin in. Inhale to the left. Lifting the chin up. And do one more time. Begin to drop the head to the left. Exhale slowly. Taking a moment. Rolling out the neck. Allow yourself a moment here to roll as you please. As you begin to find sensation, I want you to take a moment there. As you notice the sensation, begin taking a breath in, breathing deep into the space. And a slow exhale, releasing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. Sinking into the pose a little more. If this feels good for you, stay right where you are. If you want more sensation, begin to walk the hands forward. Just until you find your sensation. Begin taking a breath in. Slow breath out. And take a moment here. Continue to follow your breath. We're going to take one last deep inhale. Begin to walk the hands, slowly lifting the back. Taking your time. Bring the legs forward. Bring the feet to the mat, scooching our bottoms all the way up to the heels, dropping the back to the mat. Allow yourself a moment to adjust, taking a breath in, and a slow breath out, relaxing the spine, allowing it to melt into the mat. And begin to bring the knees into the chest. I want you to take your hands, reach them in between the knees, grabbing the outsides of your feet. And here I want you to play around with where it feels good for you. You may wish to lift the legs up into happy baby. You may pedal your feet out. You may bring the soles of the feet together. I want you to find what feels good for you. Allow yourself to move, to play, to take a moment and finding your sensations. And when you find one that feels good to settle in, begin to settle down. Gently close your eyes. Begin taking a deep breath in, deep into the belly. Exhale, allowing your spine to melt into the mat. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Release, letting go. Allow what is no longer serving you to release. Allow what is no longer for your highest, best self to go. As you breathe in, breathing into the space, love and light. As you exhale, letting it go. What you're holding on to. And begin taking one last deep inhale. And exhale, begin to drop the feet to the mat, keeping the knees bent. We're going to bring the right ankle to the left knee. And take a big breath in. We're going to exhale, drop the right foot to the left side of the mat. Allow your head to gaze over your right shoulder. As you take a breath in, Breathing into the space you've created. Exhale, relax, releasing the tension. Continue to follow the breath. Breathing a slow and even rhythm. Begin to take a slow breath in. We're going to return our legs back up the center, dropping the right foot down. Take a moment to move the hips, release any tension. We'll bring the left foot to the right knee. And begin taking a deep breath in, deep into the belly. We're going to exhale, drop the left foot over to the right side of the mat. Allow your head to gaze over your left shoulder. Allow yourself to settle into the pose. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. We're going to begin to take a slow breath in. Begin to return the legs back up to center. Dropping the foot down. And you bring the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a tight hug. On your next inhale, breathing deep into the belly. As you exhale, exhaling through the mouth, releasing the arms and the legs to where they want to go. Letting out that extra energy. We're finding our final resting place, finding our shavasana. Spending the next few minutes here, allowing the body to just be. Begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Allow yourself a big stretch. Begin to wake the body back up. And roll over onto one side, whichever side, doesn't matter. We're taking our time getting back up. When you're ready, come up onto the left elbow, bringing yourself back up. Coming back to a seated position. We're going to begin to close the eyes. As you breathe in, I want you to notice your heart space. You bring your hands to your chest. Take a moment to feel gratitude, to feel the appreciation for yourself, for taking the time for yourself today. I want you to know that you are enough, just as you are. To close the practice, we're going to take a collective breath together in. you to breathe in, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands together and slowly lower down to the heart. And from my heart, I truly appreciate you allowing me to guide you on this yoga journey and allowing me to guide you today through this practice, allowing me to teach. I truly appreciate you, and I see the beautiful divine being in you, and I thank you. Namaste.